was having a chat with Mark at one of the recent tournaments and couldn't believe how many hours practice he puts in, and most of it's solo practice. So one of the most dedicated professionals on the tour, works very, very hard at his game with Chris Henry. Fantastic pot. Perfectly on the black. They just have to play it with a trace of right hand side just to play onto the red, to the opposite corner bag. I can only assume the red passes into the left corner pocket. Yeah, just there you see. Good opportunity, Phil.
It most certainly is. When he was looking intently at the pack there, he was looking to see what kind of reaction he would get a little later on.
I just wonder if he may leave an angle off of this next red to try and disturb a few. Just to land low. Played on it. No intention of playing 16 into the pack.
So can see.
Played a really nice little cannon there. That's just promoted 2 reds.
20.
Got a red to the right middle. And also in hitting that one, it's promoted a red at the bottom of the pack into the right corner pocket. Slightly awkward queuing.
20.
This needs to run.
Well,
this is where he has to play up for the blue. Just landing short. Yeah, don't blame him playing for the black. Played it with a tracer left-hand side.
There was a rather untimely bump there in the arena, but thankfully it did not disrupt Alan's concentration.
Yeah, and all I'll say is, Phil, it's not a very nice pack to go into. If he goes into them off the right side of the cluster, the 2 reds that are together are not really doing too much damage. Took the opportunity off that black there, and that's worked out pretty nicely.
48.
That's developed 4 reds into the open. Oh, hello, Phil. I'm getting a bit excited here.
I'm just thinking maybe 20 minutes ago he was 3-0 down, 30 odd behind in the next frame. Looked like a very swift exit, and now the world's at his feet.
Well, no pressure, Mark, but we are on the same flight home tonight. So if you make this golden ball, I'm expecting a free upgrade courtesy of Mr. Mark Allen. Please and thank you.
57.
If he makes the golden ball, he might not need a plane. he'd be on cloud 9, just going back on his own steam.
Run, run. I just think he had a slight heavy contact on that black, actually. It was almost like a bit of a kick. Just ran on far enough for the red. I don't know if you can see on camera there. You can actually see Mark shaking a little bit. He really does think this is a great opportunity. Oh, this is the big shot. Be kind. Oh, that's cruel.
72.
Sometimes when there's a close-up on a player, they do shake. He doesn't normally. He does not normally. So it just goes to show the enormity of what's at stake.
I tell you what though, Phil, I love that he's getting this long rest out. I think he can just get through the gap and maybe cut this red into the right corner pocket. Come round to look at the potting angle. I think he can just get through the gap. Oh, great effort.
It was a great effort, but 72 won't do. And that's because with 6 reds left on the table, there's a possible 75 there. My good pal Neil Folds holds the record for the highest break not to win a frame. He made an 80. He went for a 147 against Willie Thorne many moons ago. Thorne got the snookers, won the frame.
Yeah, and I think it's such a unique opportunity. I think the risk was worth it. If the red goes in, as you can see from Neil's opportunity here, the layout was there. This is why you do need that little bit of luck in snooker sometimes. Just that extra roll can make all the difference.
These kind of frames don't pop up very often, but I've seen them before. One player makes 72, the other clears up with 75 to nick it.
Yeah, and Neil will be desperate to take out this opportunity. He won't want this match going 3-2. And I suppose there'd have been a part of him almost willing Mark on there to make the 167. It's about switching your concentration and trying to take out this clearance and making tonight's final.
Of course, he does have a little bit of latitude. He doesn't need blacks. A pink or a blue would be okay.
Yeah, he's just got to judge this right. Make sure he leaves a nice angle on the pink. Has he ran far enough? May have to play this with a trace of side.
Pink ball.
And pink
13.
making the difference 33, so Neil needs at least pink after this red to win by a point. He's just got a slight angle on the red, which is making life a little bit awkward. Just pointing there with his cue. May have to just leave a bit of a high pink. Just dropping this red in dead weight. Yeah, and that was about as good as he could have done.
14.
Now this is the key shot of the clearance.
What a tournament. What a finish to the first semi-final.
46.
Yeah, and I think I'd have done the exact same as Mark Allen. Definitely would have gone for that red with the long rest. I think it was worth the risk, but
51.
as you're seeing, it may cost him the game.
It's a frame that encapsulates
55.
the genius of the golden ball and all of the permutations it can create. Robertson would like that cue ball to roll and roll and roll some more. He's okay. Halfway through that frame, we were thinking Mark Allen would be golden. In the end, he wins the silver for second place. He's been beaten